DJ AFK here. Happy Friday. Well, tonight we are going to try to make an epic lamp. Let's see how epic this becomes. Oh man, we've got some new filament. This is the new neon green that I got just the other day. We are going to try to make this little booger, and it has a base, into a lamp. I went ahead and designed just a little triangle piece, if you can see the shape of that. And we have little strips of black lights. These are about 402 nanometers, so they are a deep purple that is black light, or ultraviolet if you're counting. We have plenty of little tools around here. Let's see if we can get started. I've got the soldering iron warming up, which actually doesn't take very long. So let's get to it. Well, let's see, that should give us a decent vantage point. Go ahead and lock that in place. And grab my wire here. For this, we are actually going to be using some network wire. And unfortunately, the power lead that I have, this booger here, is very large, so it's not going to fit inside the base. So for now, we'll just wire it up, see what it looks like, and I'll rip out a much smaller cord. But this will be easier to just get started with. Hopefully, this all works out pretty good. And to power it, we are just using a regular little wall wart 12-volt power adapter. Let's clamp in a piece here. And before we get too far into it, we do need to strip both the tape, and it has double-sided tape on the back, and the silicone jacket on the front. Which is not the easiest thing to separate. See if we got enough of it there. This stuff is stuck pretty good. There we go. We just need to get that started, and we'll go ahead and clip it in little helping hands. It looks like we got enough. Might need those to be a little shorter. All right. Then we'll take some wire and twist just a little bit of it. And since this is the wrong wire to be using anyway, we're just gonna pick some colors. So we'll use the white as the positive, and the green is the negative. I can already tell that I'm gonna get burned. Let's see, that is almost the right order. Actually, our leads aren't quite the same length. Sorry about the low light in here. It should work for the table, but with some pretty hefty shadows. I've got the light shining from above, so I might be getting in the way of it just a little bit here and there. I need to clip both of those a little shorter, actually. These are really, really small. All right. That should work. Get us some solder and some flux. Good old Radio Shack brand. Don't see that much around anymore. This should be the right temperature. Let's find out. And I've got super, super steady hands. That is not the right temperature. Might still get us tinning. Let's turn that up just a little bit. Turn it up to 340 Celsius. That is soaking in a little bit better, but it is stripping back too much of the wire protection. So we're going to have to be careful how we place these. All right, let's see if we can tin these connections. That's soaking up a lot of heat. Yep, must have some stuff on top of there. Didn't get enough of that silicone jacket off. That's okay. Just burn right through that silicone. Maybe. And we're starting to get some to stick. Also getting this really hot. The hot is not good for the rest of the things on the circuit. Go ahead and turn that up just a little bit more. Go 345. Wow, I'm starting to think that thermostat is not proper. That should definitely be soaking right in. Go ahead and grab a cleaner. Well, I can feel the metal scratching now. I think we completely missed a layer of that silicone. It's not melting off like I thought it would. But for these purposes, I think that is close enough to tinned. Go ahead and attach some wires. That is definitely not my best solder job. That is pretty horrible. May function for these purposes, though. Yeah, that just will not stick to that copper pad. Soaking up all the heat. All right. Well, next up, let's go ahead, flip this off. And plug it into our AC adapter. For that, we're going to need a really, really tiny little Phillips head screwdriver, also known as a cross tip. And it looks like our next tower is almost finished. Let's grab a quick peek at that. The one that I currently have is only one wall thick. The one that we're printing is 2 walls thick. It should be done in about 10 minutes. Well, actually, it looks like another 2 minutes or so. The print time left is incorrect. But this one is pretty thin. All right, so we said like the white is positive. Those do appear to be clamped down good enough. Let's pull this side out so it doesn't accidentally get shorted by the helping hands. And let's see. I don't think we can actually check continuity on this circuit without voltage. Let's grab some voltage. And wait for the magic smoke. Alright, so we do have voltage on there. Let's just see what it looks like inside here. Well, it is performing the job. That is good. It does look like this is a little thin. I like how that lights up next to it. That's pretty good. All right. Go ahead and unclamp this one, and let's attach it to our triangle. So that is firmly attached, except for this very back spot where the glue got a little bit too hot. All right, next. Let's see if we can get the silicone off of this next one better. Oh, that feels much better. Yeah, now we're cooking with gas. All right. We do need to plug our soldering iron back in because we unplugged that to plug in the light strip for testing purposes. This thing is supposed to get hot pretty quick. Now, whether it does so is a different story. Not quite hot enough. That should instantly start melting. Let's, for expediency purposes, we'll turn that up a little bit more. We'll go 350 Celsius. That seems to be a little bit better off. Get us just a little dab of flux on these. There we go. Remember, kids, don't breathe the fumes. You know, I haven't had trouble with these copper pads in the past. I wonder what is going on tonight. There we go, just a little bit of a bead on there. That is hot. It's almost like I have to scrape through something on this one. All right, that should actually get us going. Not the greatest looking bead, but that should do it. Well, how's everybody else's Friday? A little chilly out there compared to what it has been. Not always a bad thing. All right, that's that's a pretty sloppy job there. Let's cut us some similar length wire. Looks to be about right here. And repeat this process one more time. Those feel really smooth. I wonder if we scrape it, if that will help us out. Well, there does feel like there's some goo on it. Maybe that's our problem. Not the best of scraping tools, but sure. Go ahead and peel the tape back. And it is nice to have just a little bit of fingernails for peeling all this stuff. This is really, really small here. Hey, we actually landed a piece of that silicone inside the flux. How did I accomplish that? Huh. Okay. There we go. Soldering iron should be nice and hot. Nice and silvery looking. Oh yeah, that's soaked in a lot better. Yeah, maybe next time we will scrape these after we peel the silicone. See how there's a, well, can't see it at the moment. Let's see if we can see that. Oh, there's two nice silver beads on the end of there. Right there. All right, so we are going white to positive. Not too bad that time. Get that all cleaned off. And I think we are done with soldering iron, I think. So we'll go ahead and turn that off for now. We do need an equal-ish length wire. All right, so let's take these two, connect them to our plug. Go ahead and move off all these pieces of silicone before they end up on the floor. Yeah, a little piece of solder. Good thing this table's like 30 years old. All right, let's try to get this in about the same position. That looks about right. Sweet. So now we have three-sided. blacklight LED. Sorry about the shadows there and camera angle. We do have pretty limited space to work with here. But it should be pretty obvious that we are just shoving these wires into their corresponding positive and negative terminals. We do want to make sure that they are pretty well all the way in so that they don't have a good chance of coming out and getting into contact with the opposite polarity. It might not make the magic smoke come out of the LEDs, but it would make the magic smoke come out of that power brick. That is not tight. Always do a pull test. Because if you can pull it out, it'll get pulled out later. Alright, that feels pretty solid. And hey, it even, with the LEDs, it even fits through the base. Awesome. Now, at the moment, I don't have a way of attaching this to the inside. I will print a little standoff for the top that will fit inside the crystal. So we'll just see how it looks for now. And set that sideways. This is a pretty dangerous power adapter here. It has the positive pins accessible from the outside. If you can see that, they actually stick through. That's not good. Now, granted, with your fingers, 12 volts isn't going to do anything, but if I was to do this with it, if I was to do this with it, it would be very, very bad. So let's go ahead and plug this end in first before we plug in the brick. Hey! Did all three light up? They did not. So one of them is down. But let's turn it over and see what that looks like there. Like a little power crystal. Alright, let's see which portion of our super sloppy solder job malfunctioned on this. Well, actually I need to mark which one is out. Okay, so the one that is face down is out. Need to place my meter upside down so you can read it. This is in continuity mode, so if I touch the ends together, it should just scream and squeal. So let's check. Oh, I wired that backwards. That's the problem. This strip is turned upside down. Okay, I don't even need to check that. Wow, that was impressively smart. So this wire just for these purposes, we're just going to swap its polarity. Yeah, you can see how this one's 12 volt, this one's 12 volt, but we go to this one and it's backwards. Like I should have soldered this side of the strip and instead soldered this side of the strip. That doesn't matter, but the wire order does. These are LED. And you need proper polarity because they are a diode. Diodes allow electricity to pass one direction. If you hook an LED up backwards, it actually becomes a light detector. Meaning that if you shine light on the LED, it closes the circuit. Alright, so OSHA's not around. We're just going to wire this with the wrong colors because reasons. I have to replace this adapter anyway. Let's try that again. Pop. Alright, so we have LEDs on all three sides, and this one is a little loose somewhere. Is it loose on this side? It is. Make sure we're not grounding out or anything like that. That would be bad. That down good and tight. Pull test. This side's down good and tight. Well, let's check what it looks like. All right. Now, once I get that glued together and then put a little hole in the side for the adapter, just drill a hole and stick one of those barrel wires right through it. Let's see here. And we has, if I can get enough wire length out of here. We has neon green glowing crystal, which just slipped right out the bottom. It even has an automatic off feature. Let's see if we can get that shimmied back in here. All right, sweet. And that will just set on a table. Yeah, once it's straight. There we go. Not too bad for $3. Yep, so we'll just print a small piece here at the top to get that to stay centered, and then the piece that just completed printing is thicker than this one. So we'll try that out, and then you won't be able to see little like dots on it, because a camera does not seem to be picking it up, but you can see a couple individual LEDs in there, also because it's not centered. But yeah, that's that. So let's go ahead and call it an evening. Oh, good 45 minutes to solder a couple wires together. Yeah, I will next time scrape on those with the knife instead of the screwdriver. That made it a whole lot easier. That first one was not a good solder job. But yeah, maybe I'll have a picture of it here up pretty soon when we get the hole drilled through and a new adapter. But till then, AFK out.